Greetings, YouTube. As you can see, it's my Kaylee 7 on the Goldwing, also lovingly named Tevita in honor of my father. He would have loved this bike. He would have called this bike a cream puff. And I don't know if you can tell looking at the windshield, but I have cleaned it. I used my, the hot water and the letting it soak and the clay bar and then the Honda spray and then hot water again, let it soak, clay bar, and I got the majority of the stuff off. I wasn't going super duper careful, but I got the majority of it off. So bug splat is mostly gone. Which means I can have my windshield up and not have to worry about the noise. So it's 10:02 a.m. and today is the 26th maybe of October, 25th, 26th. And I took the day off. That's right, folks, I took the day off. It's a beautiful day today, high of 66 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny, not too humid. So I am heading up to the mountains. Not really the mountains, but near the mountains. It's Pilot Mountain near Mount Airy. That's where they filmed, oh God, Maybury. That's the town of Maybury in, I've got that 51-year-old brain, can't think of the name of the damn show, but you know what I'm talking about. The old-timey cop, Don Knotts and them, and Ron Howard, and Maybury, and it'll come to me later on, and I'll just blurt it out like some kind of random fool. But anyway, I'm heading up that way. I'd like to see Pilot Mountain. I've never been up close. And it's only 2 hours away, according to Google, so that's what I will do. Hoping that everything goes well for me here on the road. So as I ride along here, I got to stop off at my school real quick to pick something up. I forgot. But I'll talk a little bit about, I don't know, whatever comes into my head, I guess. I was going to leave by 9:30, but this morning I was so tired and lazy, and it wasn't really very bright outside, even though the sun, there's clear skies, right? I'm like, I'm going to wait. And I finally got my butt ready. And of course, when you're getting ready for a longer trip, you want to have water, so I had to find the cap for the cup and find the cup and make sure everything was good. I've got my camera stuff, extra camera stuff, battery stuff, a hat for when I get off the bike so people don't have to look at my crazy helmet hair, an extra sweater. I'm fully armed. That's in the back of the bike there. Until I get off campus, then I'll put it in my jacket. What good is the thing if it's in the... Excuse me, Mr. Mugger, or whoever you are attacking me. I need to go into my trunk of my bike here and get my sidearm. No. I got my phone. I was going to put an extra camera here one time, and I put the rig up for it, and I never put the camera on there. So I had to go and get the phone mount thing again. So that didn't take too long, but added to the time. So here I am leaving a half an hour late. That's not too bad for me on my day off. And the sun goes down at like 6:28 or something. So I'd like to be home by about 7. I think that'll be not too bad. Some of you might say, why don't you take the Kawasaki out there? Are you kidding me? I'm not in any shape to be riding that Kawasaki all those hours. Maybe after I've, you know, thinned out a little bit and worked out a little bit. Oh, I've gone to the gym, by the way. I went back to the gym. So I'm trying to, you know, work out more. I walked. I did a mile on the treadmill, and then I did some light weights, some core exercises, and some stretching, and I feel okay today, but usually it doesn't hit you for 3 days. And I won't go today because I'm going to be doing this, but I'll go tomorrow. I'm going to try to make it a more regular thing, push myself to go, not come up with excuses. I like the traffic at 10 a.m. Who wouldn't, right? I mean, look at this. There's nobody here. Yay. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's go into school here and get my thing, and then I'll continue probably from the highway. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff. Well, we'll see, we'll see. So after a brief interlude at Wake Tech to pick up some camera stuff I forgot, sorry, I am now en route to Pilot Mountain. If Moose is watching, you'll remember this because we were by that when we went up to Skyline Drive and that kind of thing there. We went right by Pilot Mountain. It's not that far from Galax. All kinds of new construction around here. I think we're good. All systems go. Full tank of gas. Tires are within spec. It's always a big bump in the middle of the apex of those corners. I think it's from the weight of the cars pushing. You know, the weight goes around, especially in the summertime, and I'm sure that the pavement starts to develop kind of ruts, bumps and stuff. I noticed that when I was growing up in Lynn, Mass. I used to live off of kind of a major highway, sort of. It was a 4-lane, you know, state road, and it was right by a red light, so I would hear those semi trucks, you know, braking as they were coming into the red light. Hearing the noise of that traffic every day was something I missed when I moved away. First time I moved away was to England, and I missed it there, and I missed the cop car sounds and the ambulance sounds and the fire truck sounds of a city. So I used to walk around the dormitory whistling to myself like a cop car. And then I moved to New Hampshire. I went back to Massachusetts for a little bit, and then I moved up to New Hampshire, and the same thing. Then I moved back to Massachusetts. Then I was in Fiji a few years later, and really missed the city at first, and then I kind of lightened up. It's weird the things you miss when you're far from home. I used to kind of astral project, or just imagine myself flying out of Fiji, across the Pacific, across the continental United States, to Lynn, Mass, to my mom's house, and I could see it in my mind's eye. I could see the dishwasher in the kitchen. It was on. It was a KitchenAid, and it was doing the dishes, and I could hear Columbo or some such show on TV in the living room go through the kitchen mentally, and then there's my mom sitting there watching her programs, her stories. Yeah, I distinctly remember that. And then you know, she had like 3 books. She was reading like 3 books at the same time. She'd read a little bit of this, that, the other, and watch the TV, and she could keep track of all of them. And it always brought me comfort. So what I really missed was, you know, my mom and home and all that, you know, stuff that was very, very familiar and safe. And here's an interesting tidbit. My brother John, who is in prison, he's schizophrenic. He wasn't taking his meds, and he tried to rape and murder somebody. I found that out later on. At first, the story I was told by everybody was that he didn't even really touch the lady. And then come to find out all these years later that no, he actually tried to rape her, and he said he was going to kill her, and so he had a psychotic break big time. So he's in prison, right? And he's been there since 2001. And my mother would feel his presence in her little, she called it her little castle. When she sold her house, she moved to housing for the elderly in Beverly, Mass, which was a nice little place near the water. And she could feel his presence next to her, like next to her left shoulder. She could feel him kind of looming. And so he sent a letter one day, and he said, could you feel me, Ma? Could you feel me? I was astral projecting to your little castle to see you and visit with you. So my mother then had it confirmed that, oh my God, I did feel him. He was here, and it made her very uncomfortable. So she prayed, and she asked God, as you know, my mom was a Catholic when she was a kid, but then when she was in her 30s, she converted to Jehovah's Witness. And even though she got disfellowshipped, whenever she talked about God, she would either talk about Jesus or Jehovah. So she said, I asked Jehovah to put up a shield to keep him from coming in, to block him out, because I didn't want him coming. And so about a month later, she got another letter from John. He said, I was trying to astral project to you, but I couldn't get to you. I couldn't get past a certain point outside your place. That's freaky. That is very freaky. You have to admit, that's pretty freaky. Yeah, so he apparently could astral project, and she apparently could block him. Or God could, or something. I don't know. That's a freaky story. She never said she felt me, but there are things that she doesn't tell. Like, she'd tell some parts of the family some things, and then other parts of the family some other things, so you'd only find out later on. And I didn't mind that. She was just being, you know, my mom. Great, I'm behind this contractor with all these wood beams. She's probably got nails flippity flopping out of the damn thing. Yay for me! Alright, I think I'm gonna pause for a moment here and then bring you back in when there's something interesting, or maybe I'll end the video here, and And this might be like a 3 or 4 part series, because if I'm going to go 10 minutes each, which is, you know, the sweet spot for me. So anyway, I'll talk to you later.